Hey everybody, Wayne here. Today we're going to bring you another unboxing. This is a game that I've been waiting for quite a while, ever since it was announced maybe a year and a half ago. That is With It or On It, and it is the first game in the Shields and Swords Ancients series. If you've watched some other videos, I have a few videos on, I believe it's Shields and Swords 2, I think it is, system. It's a system here designed by Tom Russell. Published by Hollandspiele. The other games that I covered, I think House of Normandy is what I covered, was medieval era. This is set back in the Ancients, and he's supposed to have a bunch of different games coming. Very excited about that. But this is the first one. It just arrived the other day. So let's go ahead and open it up. Take a look here. I like the cover art. They usually do pretty well with the cover art there at Hollandspiele. Like I said, designed by Tom Russell, published by Hollandspiele. With It or On It. With It or On is the first game in the Shields and Swords Ancient series. Like its medieval era cousin, Shields and Swords, this series takes a broad brush approach to simulating the battles of the ancient period with an emphasis on speed and playability. While the basic philosophy and the core system of using command markers to activate wings remains the same, each game in this ancient line is designed from the ground up to incorporate elements specific to its period and style of warfare. This first game looks at 6 battles fought during the Greco-Persian and Peloponnesian Wars. Hoplite units that are attacking may use a combat class of the best hoplite in the line, giving them an advantage over heavy and light infantry formations. As a result of combat, units become exhausted. These results may be distributed elsewhere in the line. A break occurs when there are no fresh units that can satisfy the result. Break the enemy line at the right time in the right place, and it will crumble in a disastrous rout. Maintain pressure on the enemy while managing the morale of your own men is crucial to deciding the battle, and with it, the fate of empires. Very cool. Let's open her up. See what the components look like. It's a Hollandspiele game, so I believe it's published by Blue Panther. Blue Panther, I believe, is the name of the publisher. So it should be the standard sort of laser cut counters and everything. Usually decent quality. I like it. Components, by the way, come with it. 22 by 17 inch map sheet, 176 counters, an 8-page rulebook, a 16-page battle book, and 1 8-sided die. All right, let's get that plastic off and open her up. What do we got here? Get rid of that plastic. All right. Let's open this bad boy up. So we have our 8-sided die here. Nice and sparkly. We're rolling that later. With it on the battle book. So this should be the different scenarios that are in the game. I wonder if this also has like history in it, maybe? Or kind of how the game is. I would assume. Yep. So it looks like it kind of starts off. Love the illustrations, by the way. Starts off with kind of backstory, hit the history. Oh, a bunch of history. Okay. That's cool. Get you all caught up, get you ready for the game. Oop, and then it looks like the setups and stuff for the individual battles. I like that. I like that they included the history of, looks like the different, different times, different, Greco-Persian Wars, Athenian Empire, etc., Peloponnesian War. But then, in front of it, you get to learn about the history if you want, or you can skip it. Either way, I'll definitely read it. And then you can dive into the scenarios, the different battles, I guess I should say, and the setups for them. All right, cool. Rulebook, I've already looked at it, the PDF. It is not a large rulebook. 7 pages. Yeah, 7-page rulebook. It's real simple. It's easy to understand. It's just like, it's not just like, but I mean, it's similar to Shield and Swords. They're medieval games where, it's a very light game. This is not Great Battles of History. This isn't even simple Great Battles of History. This is under that in the complexity scale, which I think is good. It's nice because if you want to go super complex with medieval battles and ancients battles, just play Great Battles of History. All right, so we got, like I said, it's just a few pages. Tells you the command markers. You play the sequence of play, different phases, and boom, done. All right, let's look at the counters. When I first saw the artwork for them, I don't know if I was like, what is this? I don't know if I'm really into that. But the more I've looked at it, the more I am, especially because, you're representing multiple battles with one counter sheet. And one of the downsides of a game like or a series like the Great Battle of History, There's always so many counter sheets filled with counters. They're hard to manage. They're hard to sort, organize, set up games. Takes forever. Well, this will be a lot simpler. You know, maybe you'll lose a little bit of the uniqueness of individual artwork, but at the same time, I mean, I still really like this style. Let's kind of zoom in a little bit. I like this style. I like the silhouettes. It fits with the artwork for the game, the historical artwork for the game. For instance, you know, here on the Rollbook, and then looking at the counters, I think it really fits. So it does give it a little bit more flavor than I originally thought when I first saw them. Hopefully you guys feel the same way. Command markers on the bottom. There we go. It's just the one counter sheet. And the map, I believe, is a pretty standard sort of blank map. What I read in the rulebook, he set it up that way. In these ancient battles, terrain not often a huge factor, and when it was, you know, maybe you just how the battles would work. But at the same time, with some of these ancient battles, especially, they don't even know where they were. Like, they don't even know where the battle occurred, or there's arguments on where the battle could have occurred. So it's hard to know exactly how the terrain was. So here's the map. Very simple, you know, very simple. Just a green background here with it on it. Let's see, rally limit up here. I know it keeps track of your rally limit for each side. It looks like, yeah, pretty simple on the map there. So this is a nice, quick, simple unboxing. I think it's deceptively, it seems like you're not getting a lot in the game, but I think there's going to be a lot of gameplay here. This is a real, you know, kind of sandbox style map. You're going to be able to go ahead and set up based on these, you know, the 6 battles that comes with the game. You're going to be able to set up all your different units, and you're going to be able to try different strategies, do different things like that. I'll be honest, I'm a sucker for tactical games, especially, I should say, tactical, like medieval and ancients games. Tactical ancients games are always a hit for me. Big fan of Grand Battles of History, so I've been very psyched about this one to try this one out, test this one out. So yeah, that was the look at With It or On It, published by Hollandspiele, designed by Tom Russell. Look forward to additional videos on this game coming soon. All right, bye guys.